This year marks the 11th recipient to receive Santa Barbara's Water Hero Award. Since 2011, the Santa Barbara Water Conservation Program has been giving out the Water Hero Award to organizations, businesses, and individuals to highlight those that go above and beyond in their water conservation efforts. The 2021 Water Hero Award goes to Santa Barbara Middle School. In 2015, Santa Barbara photographer, environmentalist, and educator Ernie Brooks II gifted to Santa Barbara Middle School a permanent home, the former Jefferson School campus on the Riviera. Both Brooks and Santa Barbara Middle School shared a belief that students should be inspired to live a life of continuous learning, trust in themselves, and make a positive difference in the community and beyond.
Ernie Brooks and Santa Barbara Middle School share a vision that it's kind of our role, our job, our necessity to explore our environments in which we live and to become citizens of where we live, but also become not just students of where we live, but stewards of where we live. So it's why Ernie Brooks and the Santa Barbara Middle School really hit it off from the beginning, from exploring our mountains on bikes to exploring our oceans and diving underneath. We really shared a love for our environment and for what we can learn from wilderness. But we also shared that how important it was and how important it is to protect those areas and our communities and learn from that relationship between our communities, both human communities and communities of nature.
With a permanent home in place and with the help of Regenerative Landscape Alliance, a plan was put together to make the middle school a place of education, conservation, and sustainability.
Brian and I took the team approach on this whole process and trying to really put together a really good team that enabled us to really shine here on campus, and then hopefully we can bring the students into the mix, and then we can bring other schools into the mix, and we can show them what we're doing and how we're integrating it into our classrooms or our curriculum or different things.
We get to approach this whole campus, from an ownership point of view. We get to start dreaming again about what we want to plant, what we want to do, what we can teach. And so we've drawn up with our work with our facilities manager, Will Fredericks, and with Regenerative Landscape Alliance, kind of a plan for how we want to approach making this campus our home. And that includes, we want everything to flower, to fruit, to produce, to pollinate, to shade, to provide habitat. And that alliance of these parties working together, then reaching out with all sorts of other people in our community, experts in the field to help us do that, to bring in indigenous species, to figure out how to work our gardens and how to fill our salad bars and how to sustain our kids in a more kind of environmental friendly way is all part of what we're learning. So we are just in the first phases.
One of the first steps to water conservation was to contact the city and sign up for the Automated Metering Infrastructure Program pilot. AMI is a system of meters, networks, and software that helps track water usage. They also saved 41% on electricity with help from their new solar panels and had savings in other areas, all by doing the right thing.
Have the team come out and do a water survey and just kind of look at what we're doing on campus, how we're doing it, can we do it better? And they came out and they started talking about all the different measures, the irrigation and the clocks and how they need to be programmed. And then we got on to this whole subject of automatic metering and how the city was running a pilot program to see if that was something that would work within the city, and it worked really well on our end. We absolutely loved it. I mean, one of the reasons we are where we are standing here today was signing up for that and for Regen.
Looking at the total water use of the property, trying to stay at a certain measure at about 120 HCF, I believe we jump into the next tier of billing. And so knowing that that's one aspect of it, a goal has been to stay under 100 HCF every month. That gives us a little wiggle room in case there's a leak or anything to not, get the bill to jump, but also in case we have, like a hotter couple of weeks where we need to add some more water. So that gives us a little buffer without shooting the bill up fairly large. And one of the tools we've used for that is the city's AMI software, which really help kind of understand when and where and how we're using the water.
Using AMI is only one of several ways in which the school approached water conservation and sustainability. The first step was to monitor the water usage of the landscaping. The next step was to incorporate sustainability tactics throughout the property.
So we're tackling like the highest priorities, but then how can we take, like, say we're trimming a certain area, how can I take those trimmings and then suppress maybe a bank that I know there's going to be a big, flurry of annual weeds. And so how do I take what I'm doing in the now and try to lessen what we need to do in the future, and think about where's problem areas, where's erosion, where's weeds that I'm going to have to be on a hillside with a machine in the spring. How can we eliminate some of that?
Starting on day one, we just turned the water in half. We cut the water in half on the lawn. And then we really started to focus on using the plants as this kind of a fuel gauge almost. And you can kind of see them start to weep when they're low on water, and you can see them be nice and happy and green when they're happy with water and nutrients. So that's been a pretty key factor, and just really monitoring just the overall health of the plants. We're down here at the Kiva Garden, and what I'm standing in is a rain basin that is capturing the runoff from the neighboring parcel here. Not sure exactly what the total watershed is that's being collected here, but we believe some of it's the parking lot roadway, not the full driveway, and then some of the roof from the neighbor. And that I believe comes out in like a French drain, and it's piped right here just below the fence, and it comes down this little dirt area here and then into here. And we noticed a few times when it was raining that this area was boggy, and so we decided to construct these earthworks to harvest that water. So here we are at the spillway of this water retention basin. As the water fills up here, it makes its way to this line and then overflows this way and makes its way through this kind of curvy water features, dry creek, and helps to move the water through the landscape and bring it to the plants with a little bit of curve and sinuosity.
Real winners in Santa Barbara as far as water-wise. You have your Senecios, your Ioniums, your bull bean, your agaves, and what a nice little medley that really gets water not a lot. And so we take really low water use, and then it kind of brings you into more of the edible garden, and it's a nice little balance of aesthetics and then food.
Santa Barbara Middle School also focused on saving water indoors by remodeling their kitchen and bathrooms to include a spray nozzle in the kitchen and touchless faucets, and lower flow toilets in the bathrooms. The middle school continues to be committed to conservation and sustainability, now and in the future. The school's efforts towards water efficiency inside and out resulted in water savings of 39% on their irrigation account and 26% on their account for the building and upper landscaping.
Going forward, I look at capturing the water off of our surfaces, and the water's off our roof. I mean, it's talk about low-hanging fruit. I think in the next couple of years we'll be capturing a lot of this surface water, and we'll be feeding our gardens and our lawn so that we can kind of be net positive on our water usage, or at least get as much out of it as we can. With so much surface area, we think we can really make a difference watering a lot of this campus just out of our own water capture over the course of a year.
Getting this award is kind of a culmination of all the hard work that our teams put in to this project, because it's not an overnight thing. We've been doing this since I came on board 8 years ago, it's been one of our focuses is sustainability. It's greening the campus. It's solar on the roof. It's water catchment. It's infiltration points. It's, you know, all these different components have finally kind of come together, and it's really, for me, it makes me really excited about where we are going for the future as well, because I just I feel very blessed to be able to work with the people that we're working with to make this happen.
Congratulations, Santa Barbara Middle School, on becoming the 2021 Water Hero.